to you if you get dirty hands and veneer. What you do, what she is, little boy, I tell you this. If baby won't sit, she can sit. If baby says lit, it's lit. Got your bank account and that cute. If she said it loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. If baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and that cute. She can make it count, how about you? She would put you in the bag, wouldn't even need a planet. If she wanted, she a magnet. They should let her name a planet. Everything she drop like Corona, viral, make the world start over like I own her. She ain't about to set, but they really wanna throne her. Listen, she like bass, she like Hover. Self-employed, moving paper better than some Billy boy. Made a choice on the regular, she bring.
There you go.
What up, everybody? Thank you for coming out and welcome to another episode of Unapologetic with Mandrell and DL Saint.
That's
Mandrell
right,
and Saint. We'll call it Mandrell and Saint.
I know they mad.
Hey, listen, Shushu, the main attraction of this show, is not here, unfortunately. She has gone on to bigger and better things, and I'm very proud of her. She's got, it's a new day, new money to be made, new year, new contracts to be signed, things like that. Okay. And, I'm proud of my little sister. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's life. I'm just kidding. She's not gone forever, everybody. She's just not here tonight. Okay. So don't start throwing tomatoes. Put away your pitchforks and your torches. All right. she'll be coming back, but I've got DL Saint here, my man, my brother from another mother, my brother at arms.
I'm giving my own self a clap. Hey.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And y'all, it's Shushu will be back. I know y'all like, who's this big head dude, man? Where's Shushu at? And I ain't gonna lie, I wish Shushu were here too.
Holla, 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 holla.
Good luck.
I'm just playing. That's my little sis, man. I got a lot of respect for her. She works hard, y'all. Like Shushu works hard.
She does. I mean, listen, you talk about a hustler, bruh. Listen, that one, yes, she is always on it. You know what I'm saying? The same as me. We come from the same household and whatnot, and both got that hustle mentality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, people see me here, but I'm always doing shit too. Even though I don't talk about it. And even people closer to me, I don't talk about it. I don't tell them what I'm up to. I'm just up to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't brag. I mean, our father, my sister and our dad, he never bragged on what he did. And he's one of the, but after he died, I saw how many credentials he had, like qualifications, like the degree and all the certifications and all the experience. I was like, Jesus, he was doing all this? Like, it really was mind-blowing. Like, it was ridiculous how much education that dude had. You know what I'm saying? And I never knew, but it's because he never talked about it. He never bragged on himself. You know what I'm saying? And
that's that great generation, bro. They were great.
Right. He's like, his mentality is like, I was supposed to do that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go make your bed.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I remember asking for an allowance. Hold on. He goes into the storage. He goes to his car, comes back, goes into the storage room. I hear him pulling the lawnmower out, right? He went to the gas station, filled up the gas can of gasoline, pulls out the lawnmower. He tells me to come outside. So, okay, I want you to go down the street with this gas can, his lawnmower. So look for somebody whose yard need to be cut. Ring the doorbell and say, hey, I'll cut your yard front and back for $10. $5 for the front and $5 for the back. And so I did it, right? I came back with like $60, right? I was going almost all day, right? And so, how much money you made? I gave him the money. He said, "This all of it?" Yeah. He said, "Okay." He kept some of it. He said, here's your allowance.
That's how it's supposed to work. Right?
He made me work for it. So and he told me, he said, you earn everything in life. If someone offers you something, don't even let anybody give something to you. If they give it to you, they can take it away. And that was, I mean, truer words have never been spoken.
That's
You know?
funny. Like, I allow you to stay here without paying nothing. That's your allowance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I allow you to be in this house without paying nothing. You're eating. That's your allowance.
Yeah, you eating.
You got a roof over your head. That's your allowance. But that's that old school. They don't know about that, man. That's what's up to the chat, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. You got
Salute everybody
Andre
in the
out
chat.
there. Yeah, CJ in there.
Look at Andre Terry. What's up, man? What's going on, brother? I like that guy. Where's Lady Navoa? There she is. Hey, Lady Navoa, how you doing?
Sis? I see you.
What's going on? Marcus, Mr. Everywhere. Marcus is everywhere. He's on every panel at the same time. I swear, Marcus has like 8 monitors going with a different show on each one, guaranteed.
We gotta give him his due though, man, because you know he's a religious man. This is how he prays.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah.
Shout out to my favorite Marine.
All right. What's up, the 501 CJ100 from the 5100 podcast? You know, when CJ learns to speak English, I'm gonna stop messing with him.
No, you won't.
But he's from Memphis. He can't help it. Take heed to the message. What's up? Take heed to the message. How you doing?
What's good? What's good? Good to see you.
I don't understand what that means. Obong, Unwong, Amen.
Man, I don't know. Take heed to the message, Obong, Unwong. I think the
I think that whole thing is her name. Yeah, the text is Amen.
The text message is
Amen. I got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming. Listen, don't do me like that.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. She's new. I haven't seen her.
You big dummy.
All right, I'll take it. I've never seen her in the chat before. Hello, take heed to the message. I'll just call you that. The message. How about that? We'll call it the message because the message is what's important, not necessarily the messenger. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that whole thing was your name. My apologies for jacking that up.
I'm an old guy. When I hear the message, I think of don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ha ha ha. It's like a jungle sometimes. It make me wonder how.
Listen, bro. No need to show your age.
That's the message right there, bro.
No need to show your age, bro. No need to show your age.
And that's when hip hop was pure, bro. When
yeah.
Don't get me started. Full of that liquor when I step out in the club.
Now we got Boosie. Listen, y'all leave Boosie alone. I like Boosie. I rock with Boosie. I rock with Boosie heavy, man. I like Boosie. Shout out to Queen Smiley Rules.
Queen Smiley in the house. I see you, Queen.
Yo. Welcome to the show. Yes, take it. Message. Thank you for coming, man. Appreciate it. I got one here. I think it's pretty good. I'm doing part 2. This is gonna be part 2 of quite a few of these. It's called tonight's episode is called The Tenets of Manhood. Now, these are mine. My tenets of manhood that I think that every man should be teaching their son. Okay, hence I have a father and son for my background, Kratos and his son Atreus. Okay, and if you ever play the game God of War, any of them, you know that Kratos is a fucking man. Through and through. That's a man. That's cute. But this is a man, what a man should be, okay? No,
look at that 8 head, boy. Look at that 8 head.
Anyway, I don't know why they choose to do me like that, but whatever, have your laughs. Anyway, these are things that I think that a man should be teaching his son. And DL, what inspired me to do this series is because I watch some of these Red Pill panels and other panels, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I hear a lot of guys talking, and that's all I hear is they're talking. No one's teaching, because what I hear is a lot of people talking, but it's a bunch of half truths, you know what I'm saying? And I hear some people, they're almost there, but not quite. They're missing a lot. And what I've discovered is from talking to people is that, and just listen to them talk, these people just unschooled. They're not assholes because they're trying to be. They're assholes because they don't know any other way to be. No one's taught them anything different. No one's teaching. So that's part of my goal with that. Well, that's my whole goal with this series, The Tenets of Manhood, right? And again, these are mine. And from my perspective, these are things that You can add to the list all you want to, but you can't take any of it away. And there's no way I'm going to go through all this in just 2 or 3 episodes. So that's why it's going to be a series, not inconsistent. Like next week's going to be it's going to be a completely different topic, completely different show. But, throughout the year, I'm going to be doing these episodes, of Tenets of Manhood, because you got 18 years to teach a boy to be a man. You're not going to cover everything in 2 hours.
Yeah, y'all. In the chat, feel free to throw in your own tenets as we go along, man. You know what I mean? Definitely we appreciate all the engagement. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, yo. Like and subscribe, you know what I mean? Like this video, share, all that good stuff to push that algo, man, because the algo don't like this guy right here, man.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Algo does not like this guy right here, so he needs every little bit of help he can get. And this guy, too, to be honest with you, because I swear I've only needed like 58 watch hours or 56 watch hours or something like that. It seems to have been like that way for the past 4 days. I know people watching. I can't get over that hump to be.
Yeah, people are watching.
I know people watching like, what's this?
Right. It's just, I don't know what it is. YouTube is biased. And then those new rules that they got out now, I started to do this show about that. That's what tonight's episode was going to be about. These new rules that YouTube have, and it's just un-American, in my opinion. They really are. In my opinion, now you're getting to the point where this is just un-American. Okay, freedom of speech. I understand it's a private company, but we do have freedom of speech. You have to allow content creators to create if you want your platform to be great. They keep on down this road, Twitch is going to kill them. I'm just saying. And Twitch is really for gamers.
You sound like a black politician. You got to let the content creators create if you want the platform to be great. Can I get an amen?
Well, I'm not a preacher, so. No.
Please forgive me.
I don't need forgiveness.
I can see you doing that, bro, behind the pulpit. Yes, I can, bro.
This here?
Lord.
Yeah,
I'll pay VIP money.
You would, buddy, because I'm gonna. If I'm on at the pulpit, dude, I would, bruh.
If you,
yeah,
I would pay VIP money to see you do that, bro. I ain't lying.
Right, if I'm behind the pulpit, it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
I would love to see that.
It's gonna be good, Nignit, if I'm up there.
Ooh, Brother Bennett's in the house, man.
Yeah,
Brother Bennett's in the house. Shout out to you, bro.
Paul Bennett, I would love to hear your insight on this episode. I don't think you came up on the panel on the first one I did. There's some other people I wanted to hear their input too, but they didn't come up. Like Eugene Steele and people like that. They just didn't come up for whatever reason. And I'm sure they had things to do, but that's life. But also, ladies, if you have an opinion about this too, when we drop the link, come on up. I mean, tell me what you think. I mean, especially if you're a woman raising a boy, because these are things that you're going to have to find a man to teach a boy, because ladies, you can't teach boys this stuff. It might not like me saying this, but there are things only a man can teach a boy about being a man. And that's a fact. There's things that only a woman can teach a girl about being a woman. Because we've never been women. So how can we teach a girl to be a woman? You know what I'm saying? We can teach them to be a functioning, productive human being.
But if we're doing our job right, we can keep them off the pole. If we're doing our job
we can do that much, but and we can teach them to be a functioning, productive human being. But that's about all we can do about teaching a girl to be a woman. And the same thing goes for women, vice versa. How dare you, Mandrell, says Cody is king. Hey, Cody.
Shout out to you, bro. Cody is king.
Cody, you ain't fooling nobody. I know you agree with me. That one, Cody, I've been watching him. Cody trolling. Cody knows full well I'm telling the truth.
Cody a beast, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Cody, man. All right. This is the Tenets of Manhood Part 2. All right. And here it goes. The first of tonight is focus and prioritize your goals. All right. Men should always have their own goals that they are determined to achieve. You should devote all of your time and energy to creating a life that you can be proud of. Not your girlfriend, not your wife, not your mama, not your daddy, you. Okay? And never sit around waiting for luck to come. You got to make shit happen on your own. You have to make things happen. Don't wait until, oh, if I get this lucky break. No, you make things happen. Get out there and do it. Do what you got to do to make these things happen for yourself. Now, what do you think of the first one and the things that I used to clarify it?
I think it's spot on, man. It's a lot of guys who go out here and they, for whatever reason, they believe that their purpose is to prop up, pedestalize, and or, deify women. I mean, and it's, they get lost in that. They go out here and they're like, in order to be I gotta be Prince Charming. I gotta do these things, and sometimes things don't go right for them, and that's one of the reasons why things don't go right for them. So if you have to take care of you as a man, to be a man, you got to be on your purpose. The better man you are, the more dedicated you are to these tenets, the more dedicated your woman's going to be to you, because she benefits directly from you being successful.
Amen. And a lot of guys, one of the tenets I was going to have for tonight, but I started on it, but it was taking too long, right? So I said, no, I'll say that for episode 3. One of the tenets was going to be never change your life for a woman. That was going to be one of them for tonight, but I said, you know what? Seriously, deal. I started typing that out. I got like half a page through. I was like, yeah, and I had a whole lot more to say about it. I was like, yeah, I'll say that I'll say that for a whole other episode. So, because that is a cardinal rule you don't want to break. We'll get to that in another episode, man, because I've seen so many people do that, and I've never seen that work out for a guy, not one time. But
not once.
Because you don't want to do that because, okay, either the woman's going to be on board with what you're doing or she's not. That's it. Either she's going to be on board with what you do. You create the life again that you can be proud of. That's you just spend your focus, concentration, and energy behind creating a life that you can be proud of. Now, if that woman wants to be with you and she's okay with that, okay, cool. But you don't make any decisions that's going to compromise that, and you don't allow your woman to coax you into making decisions that's going to compromise that goal of yours. You know what I'm saying? Never do that, because if the second you do that, she's not even going to realize it, but she'll lose respect for you. It'll start right there. Even she won't even realize it. I don't know what it is, but in my experience of watching this happen to people, it has happened every single time. Like, that's where the downfall started. When the guy started compromising things he wanted to do and accomplish for his lady. It's like, yeah, and it all goes back to that one decision for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe the ladies tonight can come up on the panel and explain it to us. I don't know. That's one of the things.
And people, we're just a messenger, man. We don't make the rules. We're just reporting it.
Yeah.
This is, you know what I mean? We are bringing you the reports from the front. You do with that information what you will.
All right. And never sit around waiting for luck to come. You must make things happen for yourself. You must make things happen for you. Yeah. Bruh, nobody's waiting. Okay. Which leads us right into the next one. Be bold. Be bold. You ever heard the expression, fortune favors the bold? All men, real men, know that there are great rewards for those who take risks. All right? Waiting around and being passive is for the weak. It never works. Men must take what they want in life. Never just sit around and let life happen to you. Now, here's a phrase, that I came up with. I mean, just off the top of my head, one day I was talking to one of my teammates, right? He was a subordinate of mine. He's second guessing himself about his decision. I said, listen, man, fucking do it. Take risks in life. Because listen, I'm a firm believer that if you're not making mistakes, then you're not making decisions. That's that's the quote one of my quotes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not making decisions. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fail. You're gonna make another decision. You're gonna fail again. But that's life, and that's how you learn, and that's how you grow. Dirty Folks, shout out to Dirty Folks being in here. What's going on, man?
Wait, is Dirty Folks
Hey,
call women children?
Toddlers.
Toddlers?
Yeah.
Toddlers.
Listen, man. Look, yeah. Shout out to Dirty. Listen, y'all can say what y'all want about my boy Dirty Folks, man. That's my man's in there. Okay, but when you watch his content, you listen to him, you're like, you know what? I can't argue with him. His delivery might be different from what you're used to, but you cannot argue. Listen, you cannot argue with the points that brother make. You cannot argue with it. He's right. And you know what I'm saying? When you're right, you're right. His delivery, I like it because his delivery is different in the whole nine. But you can't say he's wrong.
Hey, shout out to Dirty Folks.
Shout out to Dirty Folks, man. You can't say the brother's wrong. Now here's the thing. Like I said, fellas, you're going to fail. But again, failure is a part of growth. Failure is what's going to develop you into the man you're going to be. Now, when you fail, you got two choices. You can either let that consume you and let life just happen to you. And if you do that, the world's going to eat you up. The world's going to eat you up. I've seen that happen to people too. There's some guys I know I served with, DL. Shit happened. They couldn't manage it. The world ate them up. And now this is how they are. Now this is just how they are. The world ate them up. Now they just, and the thing is, there's nothing I can do to help them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not pretty.
It's not. And I will say this, and I agree with you 100%. Men need to understand this. Be bold, not foolish. You
Yes.
need to know the difference.
Mhm.
Be bold, but not foolish. Fellas and ladies too, I suppose, but we're really here for the guys tonight. You will never know unless you try. How many times, Brother Mandrell, have you, when you was younger, you saw some woman and for whatever reason you didn't approach, you wanted to, but you weren't bold. You didn't do it. You became a coward. You ran away. Only to find out sometime later, years later down the road or something, she was like, why didn't you want to talk to me? I thought you was so cute. Why didn't you say hello? There's so many stories like that when a guy find out later, like, that could have been the woman for you, but you weren't bold. You were too afraid. You were a coward. You didn't want to say hi. And that could have been it. She could have been the love of your life. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might have dodged a bullet. You don't know.
I got my roommate from college, right? There's a chick that used to like, you know how you do work, you know, you do work study or whatever in university, you know. So she's like meeting people, the lady who'd like scan the student IDs at the lunchroom, right? For a board, right? When you go into the lunchroom, this chick would speak to us like the rest of us, the crew. We come in, there's like four of us, and then she speak to us, hey, this, hey. Then he comes in, hey, Paul. You know, she say his name like clearly in a different fashion, clearly in an alluring and admirable way. He never spoke to her, right? Now, fast forward years later, years and years later, I'm on the phone with him. I said, and she came up somehow. I said, I think I asked him, I said, why'd you never ask her out? I don't know. I didn't think she was interested. Dude, that lady, I say, why do you think none of the rest of us ever pushed up on her? None of the rest of us ever pushed up on her or asked her out. He said, wait, why? I was like, because that chick was clearly into you. And we're just like, hey, no, that's his. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was yours to mess up.
And he messed it up. Had he been just a little bold, all he had to do was just a little. She was the bold one.
Right. Now, fast forward to present day now, he's a completely different monster from that. You know, but again, trying things, being bold, trying, putting forth effort, and failing, recovering from failure, learning from your failures, learning from your mistakes, never making the same mistake twice, things like that, molded him into the animal that he is today. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because today, he's like you and me, DL. He's an alpha. You know what I'm saying? But an intelligent, tempered, and measured one. You know what I'm saying? He's not like he's not sloppy like these guys out here. You know what I'm saying? He's what you call a high value man. He's that guy that Kevin Samuels talks about. You know what I'm saying? Purpose driven, about his business, but at the same time has fun too. And he knows how to treat and talk to ladies. You know what I'm saying? He's a gentleman.
So now he's bold, but back then he just didn't have it.
Yeah, we were young. You know what I'm saying? We were 20. What 19, 20 at the time. What did we know back then? You know what I mean?
Shit,
But we had some good comments. A man must have a plan for his wife, for his life. And the woman is a team player. Wow, what a fantastic comment. Thank you, message.
But take heed. As a man, you must take heed because there are women out there who are not. There are a lot of Jezebels out there. Y'all know I'm a heathen. Like I said, I'm a heathen. I'm the friendly neighborhood heathen, but I know the stories. You got to be very, very careful not to get caught up with the wrong woman. But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're the friendly neighborhood heathen. I'm just the heathen. I'm the one they run from. Okay, now as Queen Smiley Rule says, you have to learn how to follow in order to lead. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to, if you want to lead one day, you have to learn how to follow.
Sound like somebody was in the army there, Queen Smiley. Big Sarge.
Yes,
Big Sarge.
Because here's the thing, if you're not following, then how do you know how to lead? Because but watching your leaders operate, and watching the decisions that they make, and watching the results that they get, that's how you learn how to lead. You know what I'm saying? You don't make the same mistakes they did. And you put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, what would I do in this situation? I was always doing that. You know what I'm saying? If I was in their shoes, had to make this decision, what would I do? You know what I'm saying? And I give it honest thought.
And that's what it is too. And it's something like if you guys are out there, on the red pill side of the world, in the manosphere world, if you're out there, you'll see me out there, right? I'm always moving around like Patrick David, the PBD podcast, Valuetainment. Shout out to them, Fresh and Fit. Rich Cooper, Rolo Tomasi, King Rich is over there in UK, over there in London. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, bruv. You know what I mean? I'm always out there. So for those people I see out there doing work, leading, doing their best to lead, and I'm an Army guy myself, as you can see, the best place to lead, a true leader, leads from the front. So if it's somebody out there doing stuff and I really agree with you, I'll send in a super chat or make a comment, and I'll always end it with keep leading from the front, because it's hard to lead from the front, y'all. It's easy to lead from the rear with the gear. But when you're out front, like Mandrell would tell you, when you're out there with all those, whiz pops going off and all those boom booms going off, right, and all that noise, you still got to be focused on your mission, and you got to be able to get your people where they need to be and make things happen. Mm-hmm. Lead from the front is the only way to lead in my book.
Right. And Dirty Folks says, swear to God, I just had this exact same pep talk with my mentee yesterday. Hey, that's what leaders do. You know what I'm saying? And these young cats, these mentees of ours, they're going to have to understand these things. And it's up to us to drill it in their heads. Yeah, you're going to be scared. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be scared. But that's the difference between a coward and a hero. There's no difference between them, really. You know what I'm saying? They're both scared. Because people have asked me, I've had little cousins ask me, weren't you scared when you were in the Army going to war? Yeah, I was scared. Then how did you do it? Well, I realized it didn't matter if I was scared or not. I still had to do a job. Scared or not. I said that's the difference between a hero and a coward. It's what the coward doesn't do that make him a coward, and what the hero does that makes him a hero. But they're both just as scared as the other. One is just as scared as the other. You have to push through.
I'm scared, Sarge. So am I.
Exactly.
Go secure that flank. Go secure that flank. Hey, take this weapon with you now. You're gonna need this ammo. Go on over there.
Exactly. I'm scared, son. Shit, me too.
Yeah. Black Man said check your phone. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay.
So that's what it is. Lead from the front, y'all. That was just my little aside. But how many you gonna let? You got 5? How many you got? How many of these points you got? Is it 5?
No, yeah, several more. Okay. The next one is be comfortable with being alone. Okay. Men are never afraid of operating solo or being single because they know that they are complete without being dependent on anyone else. Okay. Being codependent is a weakness that must be rooted out and destroyed. Again, this is my take on it. Be comfortable with being alone. Okay. You don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need someone around you all the time. Being codependent. You know what I'm saying? Find something to fucking do. Read a book. Learn. Use your time wisely. In other words, you know what I'm saying?
Do a push-up.
Do some push-ups. Right. Go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Find a book to read. Go to Books A Million and just sit there and read or something. Go
Start
to
a
a
YouTube
movie.
channel.
Start a YouTube channel. Go to a movie. Start a business. Make some money. Okay, you got idle time. Use it.
Go volunteer.
Exactly. Feed the homeless if you want to do that kind of thing. I mean, if you're into that, you want to spend your time with the poors. Go ahead.
I agree with you, brother. That's profound. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, yes, you can't be afraid. And it ties into being a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ties into being a leader. It ties into leading from the front. When you go off into the great unknown by yourself to see what's there, and then you come back to secure your team or your family, you've made sure everything is good. Now you've made your plan. You can move them forward. So if you're afraid to be alone, you would never take those steps. You would never go out there alone by yourself. You'll be dragging people with you. Can you come with me over here? I'm scared. That's
second
not
guess,
being a man.
and then you start second guessing yourself, and then everything goes to shit.
Everything. Now
you start, as a leader, make a decision and go with it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, everything goes tits up. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, but
all day, every day. It is what it is.
You get what I'm saying. You get what that means.
Right? There you go.
Maybe I shouldn't have put it that way, but
was doing okay until just then. But
dumbass.
As y'all will, a lot of y'all may or may not know this, but I'm a retired air traffic controller, right? Everyone knows that air traffic control is a stressful job. They're not quite sure what air traffic controllers do. I'll tell you what air traffic controllers do. We make decisions for a living. We make high pressure decisions. That's what we do. That's what they do. Constant decision making. And here's the thing. You're going to make mistakes, but you have to be able to recover from those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. You're going to make mistakes. Again, you're going to go out there, make decisions, succeed, fail again, and fail some more. Like Dirty Folks just says this. Dirty Folks says, the lesson is in the mistake. Success is in preparation and adjustment. Thank you, Dirty Folks. See, I told you, that's my man's in them.
Facts. You got a super chat, bro.
I told y'all, that's my man's in them. Okay. Super chat from Taurus, $10. Look at my uncles. Well, we can't look at them because we never seen them, and we don't know what in the fuck you're talking about. So
we are his uncles. We are his uncles. You dumbass.
We are, bruh.
You big dummy.
Listen, I'm getting old.
I see your nephew. He getting old, and he got that CTE setting in over here. He got that CTE setting in. Right. Jesus.
Anyway,
admin, can we get a little something for that super chat?
$10 super chat. Let's give him something.
I don't know. Oh, my bad.
You trying to play along is what you're doing?
My bad.
Yeah. Now, Andre Terry is laughing at me, as usual.
He still be laughing at your dumb ass, man.
Look, I don't know what y'all problem is. I don't know what why y'all got a problem with me. I don't get it. I don't say nothing bad to nobody. I don't fuck with y'all. I mean,
but anyway. Listen to what he just said right there. I don't say nothing bad to nobody. I don't fuck with y'all.
I do.
That's bad right there.
How? I'm confused.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm confused. Anyway, now on to the next one. The next one. Be direct. And here's me, okay? Here's what people just misunderstood me from the beginning. I'm not mean. I'm not a bad person. I'm just direct with you. Okay? And people want everything to be soft and sweet. All right, anyway. Always be direct and straightforward. For men, it is better to be rejected than to waste time trying to appeal to everyone's sensibilities. Always be short, sweet, straight to the point. Beating around the bush is a waste of fucking time. A waste of time. So yeah, just clean that up.
I gotta agree with you, bro. And here's the thing, and I'm not trying to sound sexist to somebody, and if you take it that way, that's your problem, not mine. But here's the thing. Men should be direct. Women like to take their time getting there. Women can be how they want to be. Women are sweet, right? Women are gonna say what they want to say. They want to be politically correct. Men, you ain't got time for that shit, bro. Women live longer than we do. Bro, you're dying. You ain't got time to be wasting your words on some bullshit. Right? Mm-hmm. If somebody says something you don't agree with, you shouldn't be sitting around like, well, I mean, maybe you should use nicer words. I mean, I just don't think, I think what you're saying might be a little bit a stretch of the truth. No, me and Mandrell are going to say to somebody saying some crazy stuff, we're going to say this.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
And we're going to keep it moving.
I'm called mean. Yeah, people call me, I'm called mean all the time. I'm like, bullshit. Well, Mandrell, why do you have to say it like that? Say it like what? I just told him he's full of shit. Well, you can't just walk around talking to people like that. Why not? I just did it. What's he gonna do? And then I tell it to people when people say, you ain't have to say it like that. Why not? What are you gonna do? I just told you the truth. You gonna get pissed because I told you the truth?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Amen. Amen.
Surprise, mother. But here's the thing, though, for young men, when you want to talk about having confidence, when you move like this, you have to be a confident man to do so. I'm not saying you got to sit there and, make somebody uncomfortable. You don't have to be unpleasant about it. But if someone asks you a question, be direct. Yes, no. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Move on. We're going this way. You know what I mean? Learn how to point with the knife hand. We're doing all this shit. We point like that. You know what I mean? Be direct. This is what you need to do, young men. So don't beat around the bush, bro. Go, you talk to a woman, what's up? Hey, look, girl, I like you. I want to do this with you. Let her know up front. Hey, listen, I dig you. You pretty cool, but I already got 3 or 4 women I'm dealing with now. You could be number 5.
Thank you. Don't waste a woman. Give her the opportunity to say no. But what if she says no? Then she says no. Find another one.
You already got 3. You already got 4.
You already got 3 or 4. Exactly. You already got 3 or 4. What are you lost? Nothing. So why are you wasting these women's time with you and your bullshit that they don't want to be involved with in the first place? Then that chick finds out you've been lying. Number one, you're lying to a woman. That is a big no-no.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Never lie to a woman. Even if she doesn't like the answer, always tell her the truth. You hear that, fellas? Even if the woman doesn't like the answer, and you know she's not going to like the answer, always tell her the truth. Always tell her the truth. Period. Don't lie. Why are you wasting your time lying?
Don't lie, y'all. And hang in there, chat. The link is going to drop soon, y'all. The link is going to drop soon.
All right. We're going to go to the rest of them. Let's see. Develop the right, because I only got, 2 more? But cool. These 2 are kind of lengthy. Develop the right mindset. All right. Here's what I mean by that. We all have something called fluid IQ, right? The fluid IQ is your ability to learn new things, and it declines from the years 25 onward. Okay. The best way to stave off cognitive decline, believe it or not, is physical activity. Okay. Weightlifting, cardiovascular exercise is by far the most potent means of staving off cognitive decline. What most people don't understand or don't know is that your body is linked to every part of your well-being. Both mental health and physical health are directly linked to your body. You are your body. So in other words, get your fat ass up, push the plate away, get your fat ass in the gym, or go outside and move.
Just take a walk, y'all.
Yeah, just go outside and walk. Go move. You know what I'm saying? This is proven. This is science. This is exercise science. Your physical body is directly linked to everything. Depression, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? All of those things can be staved off. Cognitive decline. All that can be staved off with physical activity, weightlifting, and cardiovascular exercise. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym, save up the money if you have to, and hire a trainer if you have to. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of YouTube videos on workouts to do. Tons and tons of them. Johnny Shreve, Greg Doucette, Athlean X. These are 3 that I recommend. Okay. Those are ones that I recommend because they're not full of crap. Okay. Especially Johnny Shreve.
Your Apple Watch will tell you to get up if you program it to.
Exactly.
Your Apple Watch will monitor your heart rate.
I got a Fitbit. You know what I'm saying?
Those Google watches. I mean, you can Android watch. They'll tell you to get out there. When you start walking, it tells you to get up. You know what I mean? Listen to the watch.
Yeah. Now here's the last one before we drop the link. Now I got this one. I heard this one from another YouTube channel. It was called the White Belt Mentality. I put my own spin on it. Right?
Did you say the white butt?
The white belt. White belt mentality.
I thought you said white butt.
No, nothing nice about white butts. They're all flat.
Wait, hey, hold on now.
And they got that tuck. Don't be fooled by that. It's either surgery or the poison they put in the McDonald's. That's why that's developing nowadays. Come on, and let's face it, white chicks are in the gym.
I'm just saying that used to be the case back in the late 70s. You know, I'm old. I remember as a little kid seeing the flat booties, but I don't know. Maybe they put something in the watch because it ain't like that these days. But continue. We off mission. We off mission.
Gotcha. All right, develop the white belt mentality. Now, in martial arts, white belt is where everybody starts off at. You walk in the gym, say, "Hey, I want to do this." Okay, cool. Here's a white belt. Everyone starts off with a white belt. Now, a white belt will ask the most questions and has everything to learn. Okay, your future you have nothing but the future ahead of you at white belt. Every man should have the white belt, have this mentality in life. The white belt mentality is the understanding that everything becomes an opportunity to improve upon, and you are always learning. You are no longer searching for the finish line because there isn't one. There is no finish line. Every day is day one. So keep learning. That's what the white belt mentality is. From me. That's me. That's my take on it. Okay. There is no finish line when it comes to learning or improving yourself. You never get to an apex. You never peak. You always try to improve yourself every single day, every little bit. I don't care if you did one more push-up than you did the day before. I don't care if you took one more step the day before. I don't care if you read one more word than you did the day before. You improve somewhere, somehow. Every day is day one.
And the key is understanding. The key is understanding, being wise enough to see the lessons. Brother Mandrell might agree with me on this. There's a movie out there, old karate movie, man. It's called The Kung Fu Hustle. It's kind of like, it was a silly over the top.
Yeah. Listen, I love that.
Great.
I love that.
Great movie. Because at the end, basically, the villain of the movie, all he wanted was an opportunity to learn. He had gotten to a point in this world where he had learned everything.
He had gotten so good that it's like there's nothing more he could do. Yeah, he got bored.
He got bored until finally he came across someone who knew something he didn't know. In order to learn, he had to become the white belt, or he had to bow down and say, "Master, teach me." Right, and that was the whole purpose. And that goes right. It's right there. That is one of the secrets to life. That's one of the hacks, y'all. If you're out there, you think you know everything, all you're doing is stifling your own growth. Period. There's always something to learn. So whenever I come across people who are like, I know everything, I walk away from them. You have nothing for me, because you're not even allowing yourself to grow. So we can't interact. You know what I mean? Because what you're gonna give me is gonna be something I don't know if I can rock with you like that. I always want to get with the people who are like, bro, so tell me about this. Tell me about that. Those are the people I like to interact with. If folks do that, oh, you're in air traffic controller, tell me about that. Oh, you're in the Army. What was that like? Oh, you was a paratrooper. What was that? Those are the people I like being around, as opposed to those people who be lying about everything. Well, I'm CEO at blah 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 blah, and I know everything. La 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 la. Man, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drop the link. Okay, there we go. We dropped the link already. Good. So, everybody who wants to come up and give your take on it, you want to add some stuff to it. One episode, one of these episodes in this series is going to be about heroes. Because last week, I ended off one of the bullet points by saying you are your own hero. You know what I'm saying? And I firmly believe that you have to be your own hero. You know, and heroes understand that they don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around. And I know sometimes I've been told I get off this air like, you think you know everything. You think you're always right. Blah, 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 blah. Like, no, that's not the case. I'm just very sure of myself. You know what I'm saying?
And you're not afraid to make a decision. You're not afraid to make the call. We're going
Right.
this way.
And the call may be right or it may be wrong. But I'm going to make a fucking call and I'm going to ride it out. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies, how many of y'all go to a restaurant? Or before you even get to a restaurant, how many of y'all be with your man? Your man come home, hey, baby, you want to go out? Let's go get something to eat. What do you want to eat? I don't know what I want to eat. Okay. Mandrell will make a decision. I'll make a decision. But really, women want you to keep running through decisions until you tell her what she really wants. Like, you got to, do you want hamburgers? No. Do you want lasagna? No. Do you want Chinese? No. You got to keep going through these. That's fine. That's how women work. But men make decisions. They get mad at me because I won't play that game. Like, I ain't playing that game. You know what I mean? Brother Bennett, I hope you pop up here, man. Any ladies out there who want to jump up and jump on this panel, because I would love to pick y'all brains as well. What do women look for in men as far as these tenets we're talking about? What qualities, what manly qualities do women look for and or find attractive? Ladies, even if you don't want to pop up, put it in the chat. I'm curious.
I am too. I mean, because a lot of times women don't weigh in on this subject, but I really wish they would. You know what I'm saying? Because they should. I mean, and this is why I'm so. One of the things I appreciate about the red pill stuff is because I'm glad this conversation is happening, because women just don't know what men want, and they don't know what men go through or what we talk about. So it's kind of a fishbowl type deal that they're in now. They actually get to see how the sausage is made. They get to see what's in a man's mind. They hearing all the complaints guys have about women and stuff like that. And you get a lot of women out there who want to argue and go back and forth. But what strikes me is like when I see a bunch of men go back and forth with women, I'm like, why are you going back and forth with a woman, dude? What are you doing? I'm like, why? Like, and that's what I got. Like, I take the approach that Dusto takes. You just gotta troll them, man. They just because a lot of these guys they argue like women, and it's just like. And I talked to Dusto one day, and I was like, "Man, listen, I don't get it. I don't understand it." He said, "Mandrell, the only thing you can do, can you change him?" I said, "I tried, man. I tried. Can you change him? No, then all you can do is troll him." I said, you know what? You're right.
It. And before we introduce the brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, before we introduce the brothers, I was gonna say there's a poll in the chat. Please, y'all take a second and answer that poll question, because that helps us build content, y'all. We need to know where we are. This is like a good way to gauge what we're doing and what we're talking about, so Black Man can give you the best content possible. And I'll be piggybacking on his shit, looking at his polls, like, you know what I mean, so I can get the best content possible. Sorry about that, Black Man. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Hey, listen, so I want to add something to the conversation real quick before you guys start cooking. I as having children, young children in my home, and as I sit and talk with them, I've learned something about the world today. And I don't call my kids victims. I don't call them the Victim Olympics. I don't try to crush them in any way, because if you do that, your kids will disconnect from you and disconnect to something that is not good for them. So you have to be stern but loving. You have to have balance when you're dealing with your children. And so dealing with my 19-year-old and her being in college, my daughter said that she talks to me a lot about, even when she was in grade school, she talked to me a lot about pressure. And she said, "Daddy, being in school with a lot of females from the girl side," I'll get to my son in a minute. Being in school with a lot of females, Daddy, all of these girls are sexually active. She said, "Now, Daddy, I'm not. She said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not." She said, "But Daddy, sometimes I want to be." She said nobody wants to talk to the virgin. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to even sit down with you or be around you. Nobody wants to. She said all the girls that are having the most interaction with boys are the girls that is giving it up. She said that's what it is, Daddy. She said I had to explain to her, baby, you are not that woman. You don't have to be that woman. You don't have to throw your coochie from the free throw line just so someone can feel good about you. She said, Daddy, but there's a lot of pressure. She said there's a lot of girls that I know that don't want to do it either, but they do it because they know they won't have any interaction with the male species. Now, on the flip side of that, I have a 15-year-old son. Same thing. I have a 15-year-old nephew. His name is Tristan. Shout out to Tristan. Same thing. Him and my son go to school together. And Tristan is more open about the conversation than my son is. My Tristan will tell you, no girl wants to be with the guy that's saving himself or that is not sexually active. You're known as a nerd. You're known as weird. You're known as you're known as the guy that don't have no swag.
You the incel?
Yeah. You don't got no drip, as to what the kids say now. And so the girls don't fool with you. You're weird. The dudes that are sexual after, girls that are sexual after, they make these people look weird. And my daughter, my sons, and my nephews, they say it's a lot of pressure to be in this world, to be a part of it, right? To be a part of this world that you're trying to do good in, and you're trying to keep yourself, and you're trying to hold yourself, and you're trying to be the better person. She said, but Dad, it seems that evil's winning. She said, the more we do right, the more we looked at wrong. And she said, I just don't know what to do. She said, I used to like a little boy, Daddy, and I told him, he liked me, and the first thing he asked me was, when we gonna fuck? I said, well, where is he at, baby? Let me go talk to him. She said, no, Dad, that's not necessary. But that's what they want to do. And so I think that the world we're living in today, just to add a perspective to this conversation, is that I think that there's a lot of pressure on young people today. My son is 15. In 3 years, he'll be going into adulthood, right? My daughter's already there. I have a 14-year-old. In 4 years, she'll be there. And imagine look at the world now. Imagine what it would look like for our babies in 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, as they continue to grow. So I just wanted to talk about the pressure of it. I had someone, I'll do this on another show. I don't want to interrupt your show, Mandrell, but someone sent me an email today from Cape Town, Africa. And they specifically went into the content and what we're doing on this network. They said they enjoy the laughs, they enjoy the jokes sometimes, but they enjoy the seriousness that we have brought since we've been back on this month. And it's really helping them. So I'm going to share that with you guys on the barbershop on Friday. She said that the whole family gets together and they watch it like it's a sitcom every Tuesday. And they watch every show. Basically. So I told her to send me a picture of them in Cape Town watching it. And she said she'll send it of her and her family, her husband, and kids watching it together. So
Cape Town's nice too.
Absolutely. So
congratulations, bro. That's how you know you're doing good things, man.
Absolutely, man. I wanted to just add that the pressure of the world right now is Mandrell, what I want to add, especially with the young men, with my nephew, talking to my nephews. That's why I want to have a show with them so bad, man. But they're so busy, basketball and all this other stuff. But I just want to sit down with these young men and let the world hear what young men are going through right now, the pressures that they go through right now, and the pressures of even women telling them you ain't shit unless you fucking.
and
even at a young age,
right? And this leads up to like these lessons,
exactly.
The tenets of manhood. Like I said, this is part 2. And it's going to be part 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. You know what I'm saying? On and on, because it's not going to stop. I'm doing this as an attempt to start teaching as opposed to just talking, because like Jedi Mike's here, and like I said, I watch these panels and nobody's teaching anybody shit. So how can anyone be learning? So I'm like, okay, since no one else is going to do it, I figure I'll do it myself. Now, we're going to get to Brother Bennett, but first, before we have that, we have a $15 cash app. Please by the rules. It's for a man's frappe. And there's a picture of like a Starbucks coffee or something. Okay. We're going to do the jingle. Hopefully you got that.
This
the
man
Eugene
said
Steele.
jingle. This man said
you want the
jingle.
Eugene? Here we go.
You looking at me? Jam, baby. I ain't going nowhere. I'm chilling right here. Me and a rapper jam on the track, chilling with the pocket queen. No, you weren't expecting this, so not like this. Nah, nah. To the hook now. Ain't that like when I sing freestyle? To the hook now. Ain't that like when I do it 3 times? You ain't even do the best, You ain't even better this, The mic and the melody comes on, the rhythm to hold on, we can't let it go, no. Ooh, oh. Ain't that like when I do it 3 times?
Think I'm lying. Ain't nothing like when I do it 3 times. Now, Mr. Bennett.
Fire.
Give me that thing.
No,
Sing it again, Mandrell. Sing it one more time.
No.
Damn.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, and then listen to her. I wanted to hear some new music. You gonna hit me with that? Oh, really?
Oh, she wanted something new.
No,
Before you do it, that brother need to make an album, and I will buy it.
Oh, he does
Based
have
on that
an
one.
album.
He's got plenty of albums.
He's
got plenty of albums.
Have you ever heard of the Clark sisters?
Yes.
The Clark sisters' mom and his mom are sisters. His name is Jay Moss. He has several albums. All of them go hard.
And
he
he's
will not skip a song.
Right, and the woman that's in that video too, that's his little sister. She just she released her own her first album too. She's dope.
She's called the Pocket Queen. She's an excellent drummer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay,
Man,
so
Dr. Bennett, hold on. Let's go to Dr. Bennett.
Okay, I'm sorry. Queen Smiley wanted something new. I apologize.
No, we gotta get Queen Smiley something new. Don't
Give
real
us something
quick.
new.
Y'all
Let's give us
have to
something
give me
new.
nothing new.
Brother Cody is king. I'm gonna have to get you. You're gonna have to come up on the panel one of these days, man. Listen, word up. He says the world revolves around sex. It is the reality. That's true. The kids will have those same pressures to do coke and downers, but just because there's pressure doesn't make it a smart thing to do. True. Now let's get on to the panel, Brother Bennett. What you got for us? Let's shout out to Dirty Folks.
Well, I thought you guys were talking about the riddle of steel tonight. That's why I thought this was. I draw inspiration from that movie actually. But no, good list. I didn't get a chance to see your first episode we talked about, and I went back because I joined midstream, and I went back and I think I captured most of the points. I guess the way I looked at them was I didn't see any of them that were necessarily specific to men. I think certainly they could apply to men or women, when it comes to focus, to goal setting, to taking risks and whatnot. I think that's universal. But what I do think is certainly, and you might have covered this in a previous episode, I think having some emotional stability or developing emotional stability, I think is essential to being a man. I think especially when, like in my house, I got all ladies here. So I have to be very consistent in my tone. I can't get overly emotional. I have to set a very level. I have to be the thermostat in my home. I can't be the thermometer. And so, how I interact with them when things are going haywire, when they're flipping out, I can't. And that's just something that, that's something I didn't initially grow up with. Like, when I was up until 13 years old, I grew up with my mother, and I was very emotional. But being with my dad and being around the masculine energy, not only through my dad and my brother and through fraternal organizations that I had in college and whatnot, I developed a lot more stability emotionally. And I think you just have to be one when things are going down. You cannot lose your cool. So I think that would be something, if you didn't add it already, I think that's something that has to be added to the list. We cannot allow the emotions of the moment to override our judgment and how we move going to the next step. So, but overall, I think it's just good practice for anyone.
Right on. Yeah, and emotional intelligence is something I'm going to tackle, but that one, several tenets, is going to take more time. So emotional intelligence is probably going to be one of those tenets that takes like a whole episode to cover. So that's why I hadn't got to that one yet. But it's okay. You're going to go to Dusto?
What's going on?
Hey.
I'm going to keep it plain, especially coming from Dust Panels. People want winners. People want to play on a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be in winning environments. It's that simple. Well, just what I'm trying to make is that simple. People don't want to, well, unfortunately, people bond with a form of who they are. But people follow winners. They want to be over there. They want to get something, feel something, have something. That's what they want. And women want to play and cheer for a winning team.
So Dusto, I'm gonna read these comments as they're coming in. I got one here that says, ask Dusto. This is for you, Dusto. This is the same lady from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She said to ask you, if everything is so black and white, why? She said, if everything was like you want it to be, black and white, none of these, YouTube would not exist in this area of conversation. And she said there would be no discord. She said it was almost like a Disney movie to say that things have to be black and white. She said there's always going to be discord. She said even in Congress, even in government, even in marriage, even amongst children, there's discord. So if everything is so black, she said, explain why everything seems to be so black and white when the world shows you that it's not black and white.
Actually, I believe that things are not black and white. When I express things black and white, it's to express it. It's only to prove a point or show a picture in a certain way. Day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute, things are not black and white because people aren't black and white. Actions aren't black and white. Plans. I mean, we got hurricanes that come through. You got natural disasters, things that are way beyond our control. We fight the battles of good and evil, and it comes in any kind of way, all forms. But some things are, I believe that some pictures need to be painted at times to be expressed in the black and white.
Because it's easier. The thing is, the reason why he and I explain things that way sometimes is because it's easier to digest that way. We understand that there's nuance to all this. We understand that there's nuance to all this. There's nuance to everything. Everything is gray, is a big shade of gray. That's how the world is. But when you're on here, you have to understand that there are times where we're talking to simpletons, and some people just don't understand. So when you explain things in detail, so you have to dumb it down. And
they go that plain talk, y'all. They go that plain talk.
And communicate with people on to things to them on their level. And that's what that's all about.
And before we get to dirty folks, Queen Smiley, I know you battling some coughing and all that. Thanks for coming through. But what's your take on everything thus far? And then we'll jump on the dirty folks.
Good evening. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I don't have the strongest voice. For those of y'all who don't know, I've been struggling with COVID. Finally got a negative test, so I'm a little excited about that. But I'm still doing my little recovery. But great topic. To everybody, I agree here and there with some stuff, and I ain't gonna get into it. But I do like what Mr. Bennett was saying about keeping that even tone and that having that emotional intelligence. I think we touched a little bit about it on the first episode. So if y'all missed the first episode, I encourage y'all to go and watch it, especially women. Like Mr. Bennett said, it kind of goes both ways. It could be male and women, and I think I dropped that in the chat earlier. I think some of these are just great rules in life.
Dirty folks, check the back chat.
So thank you so much, Mandrell, for having these conversations, because some people need to know these. Some of us had great fathers, so our fathers taught us a lot. My dad wasn't the best husband, but he was definitely a great father. And so me and my little sister, we even having that conversation. And I think that's one of the things that women fall short on when they try to, spite men for not being with them and holding the children hostage. Give that man the credit that he may be a great father. He may not was a great man to you, but some men are truly great fathers, and we need to allow men that space. But I just came on real quick just to say shout out to everybody, and then to answer DL's question, he wanted to know what are women looking for? Everything y'all talking about, If you're a real woman, you're looking for everything that was discussed in the first episode, and then things that are being discussed here. You looking for those men who are true to themselves and true to life. And so if they're true to themselves and true to life, then they'll have a true purpose to give a woman or to provide that lifestyle a woman's looking for. So great conversation. Y'all keep it up.
Now, Queen Smiley, before
you
leave,
get better, Queen.
Yeah, you get better. And I want to say that the Louisiana in you just came out when you said women and men's.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna say nothing.
Yeah, we caught that. We caught it.
I charged it up to the COVID. It's the COVID.
Look, don't y'all do that. Look, I ain't my sharpest right now, so you'll hear the South come at me real hard, but I ain't feeling good. Keep me on
so
here,
I just want to let you know, Queen Smiley, we need you from the same town, Queen Smiley. It almost came out of you. I tried to cover it, but I just couldn't help you. I couldn't help you on that one.
So I've been sick, right? So me and my dude, he tried to take care of me while I was sick, right?
Oh.
I took some vapor rub. And so for those of y'all who are from the South and got true country parents, and I do mean country parents, you take that vapor rub, you rub it up your chest, your neck, your back a little bit, you put some on your feet, put your fuzzy socks on. He like, what, your feet? I'm like, hold on, first off. And granted, I did that the very next day. I felt so much better.
Yeah.
But I be dang gone. I kind of let myself loose, and I'm like, okay, I can move around the house a little more. Shoot, I'd be dang gone if I didn't regress the very next day after that. I'm like, damn, should have kept my paper rub going.
Right. And you need to tell your man he ain't even got to the point yet. He ain't been with you long enough to see that you cut the onion up and put it in your sock either. He not ready for that either. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not ready.
Welcome to the Deep South Geechee Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, for real.
Southern.
Yeah. Now, shout out to my man Dirty Folk. Shout out to Queen Smiley. Please get better. We know COVID is a monster. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, thank you for showing up. And taking time out your night and coming up. Yeah, thank you for taking your time out to show up.
Of the new year, and be safe, everybody. COVID is still out there. COVID is real. Wear your mask, social distance, all the good stuff. If you're not feeling well, don't go around people. You never know who family member you may go around that has a chronic illness, and that you may take somebody out, just by going to the grocery store. So stay on guard, y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful.
Gotcha.
All right. We love you, girl.
We love you. Thank you. Now, my man, 100 grand. Dirty folks.
Hey, bro. Really, though, I just showed up because I wanted to see Dusto facial expressions. Like, this dude is like a beast. 90% of communication is body language, and Dusto got that shit, bro. He got the whole 90%, bro. Whatever he say don't even matter, bro. His whole expression.
You're right. You should see him when he be on them dusty panels, man. And his face, he'd be like, people like,
bro. His entire mannerisms are memes waiting to be made, bro. Like he missing his calling, bro. He missing his calling.
Oh. Hey, look, dirty folk. I done been in the salsa spot with Dusto, bro. Listen, it ain't just on YouTube, nigga. This is real life. You see somebody walking up and you be thinking to yourself, like, what the hell wrong with this person? But yo, outside look normal. You look over at Dusto, he got that look. He got that, oh, this is busted, dusted, can't be trusted. It is right here. Man, I'll be sitting there laughing, like, let me give me a drink, boy. Let me get out of here.
So you know what? I'm this close to being a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this close,
Right
bro.
there.
This close to being a Dusto fan, bro. Yo, bro. So check this out, man. I listened to the conversation. I listened to the conversation. I'm only gonna speak about the leadership part. I'm not gonna speak about the relationship or intergender part because that gets dumb. Because everything that men think is awesome, girls think is dumb. Like I'm funny as shit, but I'm never funny to my girl unless I'm around my guys. She's like, "You never funny like this at house." I'm like, "Bitch, it's the same jokes I crack at the crib." Like you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Same
know what I'm saying?
jokes.
They always contrarian. So
It's like, baby, I got them written down. You want to read them? It's the same goddamn thing.
like I got the same 6 jokes. I tell them all the time. Like, like yo, like really. But I want to talk about leadership, bro, because I think that Mandrell hit on some stuff that was underappreciated, because he light skinned. You know, light skinned people always get underappreciated. Um, I call it the passenger seat, right? What Mandrell said, I call it passenger seat. Like when y'all say you got to lead before you got to follow before you can lead. I call it the passenger seat. Like people don't understand. I spent 10 years in passenger seats trying to learn how to be the driver. Like, you don't know how many conversations I heard, like, yo, you smart, but you dumb. Like, you a smart, dumb nigga. Like, look, quit making 3 left turns to go right. Like, people have to coach you through that. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. To be a leader of men is to be a leader of culture. To be a leader of women means you as bipolar as these toddlers, right? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to strive for what you're looking for, right? So when I hear these conversations, especially about leadership, because okay, I'm about to make a reference that I'll probably never say again on anybody else's channel besides my own, and that should never be repeated, right? Unless it's on my channel, because I protect you. The Honorable Chairman Larry Hoover once said, if you are offered a position and you do not take it, you are a traitor to the organization. That was powerful to me. The analogy was, if you live on your block and there's 60 houses on your block, which means there's at least 120 boys on your block, and 120 boys follow you on your block, and we say, yo, we want you to be the block coordinator, and you don't take that slot, you're a traitor, because no matter what you do, all the other 119 boys are going to do, and we need you in the fold. Very potent. So leadership can either be appointed or anointed. Leadership in real life is anointed. Leadership in politics and on social media is appointed. It's not real. They are right, but they not real. You know what I mean? When you had the charisma, the style, the status, you done pulled up in that all blue buggy, you done had the hot, biracial chick, you done did everything you're supposed to do for people to say, yo, I want to be like him. That's totally different than being somebody who's on social media, which is misandrous by nature. Like social media is made for women. Once they removed the pimp and made the hoeing legal, social media became for women. Like y'all old heads, like y'all niggas in y'all 40s, some of y'all in y'all early 50s. When we were kids, the Johns and the hoes would get arrested, but the pimp would bond the John and the hoe out. Then they switched the situation to hoeing is legal as long as you call it Instagram model, but to be a pimp is illegal, which is why Andrew Tate in jail. You know what I'm saying? So to manage a girl so she don't fuck up is illegal, but girls fucking up their life is perfectly legal. You feel what I'm saying? So the
New
social
York,
media
New York.
world,
You know, New York took it to the next level. In New York, a man can be arrested for solicitation of prostitution, but a woman cannot be arrested for prostitution.
That's a lot of states.
that's a
But
lot
but
of
New,
states.
A lot of
like New York,
cities.
New York was the latest to add to that fold. So a law enforcement official could come up and entice you to make an offer for sex. Once you do, you get arrested. But a woman who's really selling her body can just sell her body, and it's not illegal. So it's like, well, what's the crime? You see what I'm saying? So I'm hearing what you're saying, Dirty Folk, man. There's truth to it. And this is the problem with the red pill and manosphere. And when men talk, people hear it and they don't like what they're hearing. It's like, but y'all, you need to put it through the think tank. Put it
You
through
know
the
why they
think
did
tank
it?
and listen for the truth.
You know why they did that? A lot of women were facing eviction, and they're doing it to cover up. They're doing it to cover up. A lot of people during COVID are sitting on a lot of money, and there's a lot of women who weren't. So they let them go and make money those ways, and it pulls money from this source and adds money to this source's pocket, and that's why they did it. Baltimore too.
You know what? Even if I agree with that, and I don't disagree, but even if I agree with that, that's America for the last ever since OJ got accused of shanking a shorty, right? That's been America. You know what I'm saying? How can we extract funds from men and give it to women, and women are frivolous spenders, and they'll give it right back to to the institution? That's just the nature, because men are the conservative by nature. If men don't have a woman, men don't need much to be all right. Men will drive an old pickup truck. Crib don't have no feng shui. You know what I'm saying? Men don't need much to be all right.
He ain't lying. That's true. Even Mr. Bennett said that's true. He's right.
And Mr.
He's right.
Bennett,
He's right.
and Mr. Bennett, and we got another. I guess we got another 4-5 minutes before we go into final thoughts. But Mr. Bennett, what's your
It's
take
true.
on that?
I agree. I mean, I think women certainly change a lot of what we prioritize. And certainly we built a world. I think KS was fans saying is like, we basically, the world that we live in today was made to make it more comfortable for women. And I don't know if that's, long term, is that going to be to our detriment long term? I don't know. But yeah, men, we are very simple in terms of our needs and our wants. And, we don't need as my brother said, the feng shui to make things look right. We just, we're just very simple creatures, but we have oftentimes we have a focus, we have a goal and the pattern that we're on. And, we seek to fulfill it. And that's the thing. When a man doesn't have, all those things that you were talking about earlier, Mandrell, about the goals and everything, nothing matters unless you have a direction or a goal or focus. So you can't say you got to have goals, but you don't have. But where's it going? And we got to be honest too. I mean, I think the only other thing I would call about some of the stuff that we have to understand, and a lot of us we don't want to understand because again we live in this egalitarian world. A lot of this stuff isn't for everybody. In fact, I would say most of it's not for most. You're always going to have an 80-20. You're always going to have a hot, people who are the visionaries, who are the guys who put stuff in, and some people are just meant to pick up a hammer and just nail. And so again, so it sounds good, but even the message that you're trying to put out to everybody, it's going to be probably less than 10% who actually can embrace and get it and apply it in their lives. Everyone else is here. Here's a hammer. Here's a nail. Here, put the hammer in, and they're good with that. And I think that's also oftentimes that's the problem with what's going on now with all these jobs being outsourced overseas, all these blue collar jobs, because everyone's thinking a man is supposed to go and get a liberal arts education. And that's not just what men want to do. We want to build things, lay bricks or whatever. That's how most guys are. So not everyone's going to be on.
Real quick, let me piggyback off you, Mr. Bennett, because I just did a whole stream earlier about men building, about how women and formal education take away men's building ability, right?
Wow.
And I started from 4-year-old boys playing with Lego blocks and Lincoln logs,
Mm-hmm.
to 6-year-old boys making sand castles. Like, we came to build. Then all of a sudden you hit 20 and then you leave the old natural and you get into the new normal. And the new normal switches, right? So now all of a sudden we supposed to like fat chicks and we supposed to see dudes with dresses as chicks, and you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to spend your money, and it's the new normal is based on what marketing tells you the new normal is, right?
Mm.
But here's one thing. I'm not an egalitarian person because I think that these motherfucking girls have the emotional maturity of 4-year-olds, so I treat them like toddlers, right?
Yes, sir.
But I think egalitarianism is what got the Native Americans conquered. It's what got the Africans conquered, and this is why the blacks think that they're descendants of slaves when every country has been slaves, but everybody else go back to their heritage, and blacks are stuck there because that was the best point in life for black women is when they were slaves and got to rule men. That's why they can't get past that. I just don't believe in egalitarianism. I believe in if she like to get choked during sex, she like get choked during kitchens and arguments. That's what I. But 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 I am me. Know what I'm saying? And shout out to Dusto for the facial. But anyway,
Real talk, bro. Real talk, y'all. Hey, and we gotta roll this into final thoughts real quick. We gotta roll this into final thoughts. I think Dusto, it's crazy, man. But here's the thing: we gotta roll this into final thoughts. This has been great. I want to keep it rolling, but we gotta roll it into final thoughts. And brother Mandrell, who we gonna start with final thoughts? Looks like we already got it. Looks like it's gonna be Dirty Folk, brother Dirty Folk.
I think I said mine, so you can go on me. I think I said mine already. So
I'll take that. Yo, check this out, man. Phenomenal show. All I want to tell to the guys is, and this goes what Dusto said, but I'm gonna say it differently, so I know he ain't going. So I just want to see his face. But anyway, what Dusto said about people want to follow the winners, what I say is people fuck the logo. Whatever the logo's winning, that's what you wear. If I wear a red T-shirt with a black 23 to this day, people will think Michael Jordan, even though it's just a plain red T-shirt with a black 23. People, especially girls, fuck the logo. So when men team up and make the logo worth something, then they won't have to worry about all this gender war and what girls think, because girls can't think. They know stuff and they feel stuff, but they can't think. They have no 3-step process like what'll happen, like conditions. They don't have conditions because they don't suffer consequence. When men decide to join up and make a tribal logo worth something, girls will fuck the logo. Whether it's Alpha, GD, Crip, Blood, Mason, girls will join up to fuck the logo. So men who are worried about if women, like what women do, they're egalitarian, they're not worth tribing with. Men who worry about what the logo can do for them, they'll get all the girls they want because they're focused on their mission. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that, man. I appreciate y'all putting me on the show.
Appreciate you coming, man.
I think I already said mine. So
you gotta say it again. Guy, you on the spotlight? Gotta say it again, bro.
Man, I just forgot what I was saying. Again, emotional stability. I think men we have to develop it, and I know that's as Mandrell said earlier, that's a mouthful, but we have to be the thermostats, not the thermometers in our lives, and we just we have to take ownership of that. But even then, even when we do that, again, a lot of the stuff, a lot of guys aren't going to get it, and I don't know if they're even capable of getting it. Just as we're talking about the women, there's a lot of guys who just aren't on this level, and that's okay too. Everyone has a role. Someone's going to be the thinker, the innovator, the engineer, the architect. Most are going to be builders and get the bricks and lay. And as long as a man can be comfortable in the role that he's in, then I think that in essence makes a man. So you got to be comfortable in the skin that you're in.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah. You want to plug anything, brother Ben? You want to plug anything? Where can people find you? Anything like that?
Just I'm on IG, Paul T Bennett at IG. I do fitness over 50. That's my theme. Trying to get these brothers over 50 years of age to take better care of themselves, work out, do activities, warm out, live good, clean life, eat a halfway decent diet, and just be around for your loved ones. I've lost a lot of brothers over the last couple of months, and that's my daughter who's interfering in the background. Just turned 23, by the way, today. But you know, I've lost some brothers in my age bracket recently. Just had a brother last Friday. Again, we have to take care of ourselves, brothers. As Brother Hink would always say, you know, get those PSAs, get those checks or whatever. Don't be scared of the doctors or whatnot. Let the woman do the digital exam on you, but do anything that you got to do to make sure that you stay alive and healthy for those who love you. So that's it. That's all I got. And you'll find me in these Black Men Unfiltered channels. I'm on Tuesday nights. I'm usually on the Sports Show on Wednesday nights. I missed tonight. Now, more than likely, you'll catch me also in the barbershop. So thanks, guys.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Dusto,
welcome to the Dustosphere.
Yeah, look, you got another fan coming in Dirty Folks, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
That's damn likely.
Might not like what I said.
He's right. Bro, he's right though. Your facial expressions say it all. They did. And the thing is, look, I'm the same way. I can't hide my facial expressions. My lady told me the same thing. My lady told me, you cannot hide your facial expressions, can you? I was like, when it comes to dumb shit, no.
Actually, I do it intentionally most of the time.
It is what it is.
When the occasion calls for it, depends on what room I'm in. If the occasion calls for it, yeah, I can. Then I can keep my composure.
Final thoughts down to a minute because Mandrell done took all your time. Final thoughts, you down to a minute.
People want to be with winners. There's people who's winning. There's people who are losing. There are people who are playing the game and winning. There are people who are in the game, and then there's people who don't even know the game is even being played. They're not even on the court. Strong men, masculinity, the value of masculinity has went up. Leadership, all that stuff has went up. Because there's about to be a separation. There's going to be victims lying over in the gutter bleeding somewhere, and some people who have stuff. Strong men are running with strong men, following side by side or behind somewhere with strong men. Victims are chasing and worried all this about women, or they're competing with women. If you're competing with a woman, be careful. You might actually win that competition. And guess what the trophy is? A skirt. Let's be real. Why compete and worry about what women are doing? They're supposed to be following what you're doing and getting on board, because men are supposed to be following what you're doing. How do you win a game? Competing against the lowest denominator. People get stronger. That's all I got.
That's what's up, man. Where can they find you, Dusto? Real quick. Where can they find you, bro?
I can be found in the Dustosphere. Dustosphere will be going strong tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dustosphere is expanded. We have guest hosts, guest trolls. I ain't gonna let out what's going on tomorrow or next week, but we got some dust. Oh yeah.
That's what's up, bro. Thanks for coming through, man. Really appreciate it, bro. And y'all make sure y'all go support Dust on the Dustosphere, man. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Hey man, give us a 2-shot because we are done. I'm gonna let Mandrell get the final word on all this, man. Great show, brother. Great topic, great show. Way to rock it out. Thanks for having me. But let's hear your final thoughts on all this.
Final thoughts, people. Like I said, what inspired me to start this series, Tenets of Manhood, is the lack of manhood that I've seen, the sheer volume of the lack of manhood that I see here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And the red pill spaces, manosphere space, manosphere. But you weak.
And that is it. Thank y'all so much for coming.
No. I wish it. Listen, I have choice words for people, seriously, because I really think that the vast majority of people in this space, this manosphere space, are just pathetically weak. You allowed a below average white woman to become the queen of the manosphere.
Shout out to Just Pearly Things, 1 million subscribers.
How is a woman a queen of the manosphere? I thought it was the manosphere. Why is there a queen to begin with? You see what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying, DL?
That's
How is
another
there a
show.
queen here in the first place? I don't.
That's another show.
And then it's just pearly things when you've got Courtney Michelle out there, you've got Gail at Night, you've got Luke Hazley, you've got the real pretty one, the black chick down in Florida. Melanie King. You let Pearly thing, you niggas allowed this shit?
That's another show, brother. That's another show.
I mean,
but the one thing I put on that, but the one thing I would tag to that, she's the queen of the manosphere without a king. She's single.
I'm saying. But here's the thing. Yeah, cut the music. I mean, I'm almost done. All right. Yeah. But yeah, the sheer lack of masculinity and manhood is what, because all I hear is a bunch of people talking, and clearly these people out here in these spaces need to be taught. They're simply unlearned. They don't know shit, and no one's teaching. So I figured, since no one else is teaching, I figured I'd do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Not every episode is going to be the Tenets of Manhood, but this is going to be a regular thing that I do in 2023. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
what's up.
Look forward to more of it.
Shout out to Shoo Shoo. She was in the chat, girl. I hope you're getting better. You know what I mean? I will, again, thank y'all for letting me sit in. I know I'm not as beautiful as Shoo Shoo, but you know what, though? I'm pimptastic in my own way, player. You know what I mean? So thanks for having me on here. Mandrell, when, you know what I mean? Plug whatever you got going on and let's get out of here, bro.
I have this show, Unapologetic, with Mandrell and Shoo Shoo. Shoo Shoo is my younger sister, and she's unfortunately not here tonight, but she's doing great things. And so, you know, gotta let greatness be great. You know what I'm saying? So
go ahead.
So that's what it is. Gotta let the greatness be great. She'll be here when she can, which is probably next week. So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate the support. Remember for next episode that I always have the Cash App and the PayPal scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you want to support myself and Shoo Shoo directly, that's where you hit us up at. There it is right there. Scrolling.
It is right there.
You want to hit us up, support us directly, go ahead. You want us to support the channel as a whole, super chats. And we appreciate all of it.
And that's it. We are out of here. Green light, go. 1,000, 2,000, 3.